Hi, my name is Hannah. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing kind of a bookish reset for the month. So I'm going to take you with me so you can see what I physically do to get everything back in order, and then what I do in my Notion to start reorganizing everything. So I have just filmed my July wrap up. So now I have all these books that need to get put away. So we're gonna do that first. Okay, so we're gonna go kind of like blog style on this, or sorry, vlog style on this for a second. So over here, you'll see all my shelves and then over here. So with some of Captain's toys throughout. So these are all my TBR books. You'll see book of the month here. And then we go all the way down this way. Up at the top of this shelf is where we start with books I've already read. So they're organized this way. And then these continue to books I've already read. These are the books we're putting away or putting in a pile to donate. And then if you go over here, we've got this whole bookshelf, which doesn't have any books on it. So if we run out of room, we have that. There's Captain. Not interested. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up the stand and then we'll just time lapse it. So basically what I'm doing first is sorting into keep and get rid of, then alphabetizing, and then we'll mess with my red shelves to get everything in the right order. Let's go. As you probably saw, we've got these two I'm obviously keeping, but they get put away on top of the shelf over there by the other Throne of Glass books, which will take probably a step ladder for me because I'm not that tall. Rewind is the only book that I think I'm getting rid of, so come with me. In the future, this room is likely going to be for a baby, but I am not pregnant yet, so not yet. These books are all books that I plan on eventually putting into little free libraries. And then the rest of these are all sorted alphabetically. So I think what I'm gonna start with is putting things up top first and then just moving them in. You can see we've got like a little bit of room here and a little bit of room up there. So that may or may not be enough space, honestly, for all the books I'm putting back. And if it's not, that's okay. And we will just push it into that other room. So here we go back to time lapsing. We're gonna switch to do the Notion digital reset. So let me go to my screen recorder here. So what you see here is my page for this video that's getting released. So this is my monthly bookish reset. So essentially what we're doing here, so we already, let me turn this into a checklist actually. We already reshelved July reads and determined what needs to be LFL'd. We're gonna clean up the July page. So if we go up here to my July page, this is just my monthly page of everything that goes on, basically. So normally I have this filled out already because I use it in my wrap-up videos. But this has my total TBRs, my books unhauled. This is gonna stay at 0 because the books we unhauled today will technically be in the August one. So I'm gonna go over to the sidebar over here and open the August page. And then I can kind of pre-add that. So 5 books unhauled, all read already. 4, perfect. And what I also like to do is make sure that anything that I didn't read, so you can see the ones that didn't get checked off, gets transferred to August if it needs to. So like A Dawn of Gods and Fury and A Fire in the Sky, I know I really want to read, so I just make sure that they're in here already. We've got Dawn of Gods, Fire in the Sky, beautiful. All of the arcs. So this is 5 September arcs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we've got 5 September arcs here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually found out that this pub date changed, so now it's the 2nd, Land So Wide. I'm reading that right now. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 October arcs. Lots of arcs in August. what is happening. Low priority reads, yeah, I doubt I'll get to those. Acquisitions, so all of this looks good. So let's go back to July. Ratings are all in. Perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and check that off. Move books into everything I read posts. So if we go over here to this down here, blog post for everything I read, this is a blog post that I put out every single year. First blog post of the year, usually, that has probably what you would assume it is, which is everything I read that year in a lot of different orders. So I also pull links so that there's Amazon links for every single book that I've read. And I already moved my July books before this video, so those are here, starting from Tower of Dawn. I don't know why it skipped up like that. Where am I? Tower of Dawn. So I haven't pulled links for these books yet. I'm not going to do that in this video because it takes forever, but that's something that'll need to get done. And then I just organize it by personal rating, by genre, by Goodreads rating. Like, there's a lot of different categories here. So doing it throughout the year like this makes it easier when I'm actually trying to get this blog post drafted and out into the world. So we did that. Check that off. Remove unhauled books from library database. Okay, so we're gonna go to library, and it's 5 books that I took off. So I'll just show you what I do for that. My computer, I love her, but she's old and she's slow. So bear with me. Okay, we're gonna go here. We're gonna do Legendborn. Check. Move to. I have a page called Unhauls, which I will show you, but it basically makes it so that I can keep all of the book information but take it out of my database. So we're gonna do the same thing with Bloodmarked. Where am I? Move to. Unhauls. We've got the Rewind. Move to. We've got, I actually gave Beyond the Wand 5 stars, but I'm not going to read it again, and if I do, I'll be listening to it, so I don't really need it on my shelves. And then Iron Rose I got as an ARC. The author's very nice. I'm not going to read this again. Okay, great. So now if we go in chart, it will have lowered my overall books. Yep, I was at 337, now I'm at 332. And I went from 1,045 books to 1,040. Look at me go. Let me show you where my unhauls is. So if we go to Bookshelfish, I keep this dusty box of old pages. Dusty box of old pages. Thank you. Unhauls is right here. And this is every single book that I've unhauled. So now that all of these are down here, if you click on it, it still will fill it out theoretically with any information I had on it, minus the properties. So like, hang on, let's find one that we read. The Rewind, for example. It keeps my review for it. So I like that because I can still see what's going on with it. It doesn't keep all of the other information like date read, star rating, any of that, but I usually try to have that in my review just to keep track of it. And all of this too is in my Goodreads and Storygraph, so those will keep track of like dates read and things like that. It's not the end of the world, but I like to have that. So I'm gonna check that off, and then we're gonna note unhauls in the August page. That's what we already did when we put the 5 books on hold there. Then we're gonna fill out the annual reading goals page. So if I go back here to this 25 page and then go to 2025 Bookish goals, this is where I keep track of how I'm doing on all of the actual goals that I have. So for instance, read 52 books. In July I read 17. It's pretty good. Don't buy as many physical books. Start of the year with 652. In July I bought 10. Post at least one booktube video week. Okay, book of the month books. I actually did pretty well in July on this, so let me go through. Okay, Check and Mate was, oh wait, I missed it. Scythe and Sparrow was, Check and Mate was, The Rewind was, so that's 3, which brings this total up to 17. Fairy Loot books, Fairy Loot, Half King, Lore of the Wilds, whatever, so 2. Read my remaining aardvark books, definitely didn't read any of those, so 2 brings us up to 4. Series I finished this year. Are there any series I finished? Firelight, Lore of the Wilds, Duology. I think the rest of these were really finishing up. Yeah, okay. Beautiful. And then we pretty much done what we need to do. So from here, I'm gonna go over here. I'm going to, actually I can go over here and just click that, remove from favorites. and it'll disappear. It's not that I can't access that page, because I obviously can from this 2025 page, but that way it's not up top on my sidebar. So now August is what we're concerned about, because that's where we're going to be adding our reads. I have yet to finish something in August. It is only August 2nd though, so cut me some slack. We adjusted the sidebar and we are good to go. And this video is going to get published, I believe, on August 15th. So know that I filmed this a little bit ago. I'm going to cancel out of those. And that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for joining me to see what I do on my monthly Bookish reset. I try not to do these until after I have filmed my wrap-ups, because otherwise there's not a lot to reset. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Have a great day.